Alright guys, TacticalRugby back again today. Hope you're enjoying your day so far, and finally here we are talking about Call of Duty Black Ops CoD War. Got the couple of news things for the day out the way, but Black Ops CoD War is released. A lot of stuff to talk about here from the competitive perspective. Loads of tournaments happening over the next few days. Only 8 maps as we're going to discuss, but I honestly think they're kind of better than I was expecting at the very least. And also some massive changes over the last couple of days to, well, the sliding mechanics, the ADS mechanics, things that have major impacts on how competitive could play for this upcoming year. Very intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section about how you've been finding Black Ops CoD War so far. Are you enjoying it? Are you not enjoying it? What do you think about the maps? Is the skill-based matchmaking probably kicking in yet? Or have you been playing any of these S&D tournaments and feeling how that is going as well? Like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you are new as always. I'd greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel. Thank you for doing that. Smash the like button for the triple upload. Subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's get into it. Call of Duty says the following a couple of days ago. For the entire week, the best in the world will battle it out in Cold War with streamers and celebrities. So 7 tourneys, November the 14th to November the 20th. So starting from tomorrow, you've got this. Now, these tournaments are very different in terms of their formats and their style. Some of these are like 5v5, some of these are like 6v6, but all of them are presented by a Call of Duty League team, and all of these, I'm pretty sure, have $25,000 up for grabs. The Atlanta FaZe are doing this like Cold War Clash, Cold War launch event that Chicago have been talking about, Rocket Arms Race, Battle of the Throne. So these are kind of like, there's different game modes, like some of them are Warzone stuff, some of them are with different amount of players, but yeah, still, I think pretty cool to see. Definitely like on brand as well, giving you the coldish war, for example, from Ultra. So there's going to be these matches going on every single day in addition to all the actual S&D tournaments that are being run on Game Battles and CMG and all these other websites. I mean, some of the amount of tournaments that's going on right now is out of control. Very difficult to, well, to manage, to keep up with, to see what's going on. We're going to be doing our best to cover the key ones at breakingpoint.gg, but, you know, if we miss something, hopefully you'll be able to excuse us this time around. But, you know, we'll get there. We'll get better and better. This I thought I'd also mention a couple of days ago. I saw this from Attach. New PC has arrived. People were noticing that he has the RTX 2080 as opposed to like the 3080, 3090 that is now available. People were asking exactly why that is the case. Attaches, I got the 2080 for a reason, and apparently it may be because, I mean, some people were saying it's like banned by the CDL. Not really sure what's going on here. Some people were also saying that it's possible the CDL will like just give the pros a PC. Doesn't actually matter what setup they've got or what they're running on right now. They're just going to give the pros a PC and be like, this is what you use, and therefore everyone is on the same playing field in that sense. That's also possible. Also at the same time, like people were saying how the 3000 series was not incompatible, but some issues were being raised. The fact that like it would crash every so often, Black Ops CoD War on these 3000 series RTX graphics cards. So like, I don't know if you got the 2080 for that reason, or if you got it for the reason that they're somehow banned, but I don't really see why they would be banned. I can understand the idea of trying to keep everyone on the same playing field in that sense and not having like an advantage in terms of, you know, FPS performance, but, you know, at the same time, not exactly sure what's going on here. So we'll have to stay tuned for how that one develops. This was the main topic of discussion really for today. The number of maps in the game. Modern Warfare 2 Ghost came out with this a few days ago. Now, been told there is indeed just 8 maps at launch for Black Ops CoD War. These are maps that you can play 6v6. So Armada, Cartel, Checkmate, Crossroads, Garrison, Miami, Moscow, and Satellite. Now, a number of these maps are like, well, effectively adapted from a 12v12 map, and they become like a strike map, right? So I think Crossroads, Strike, Armada, Strike are like the 2 maps where that happens on. And honestly, these maps are better than I expected, quite frankly. I went through everything yesterday. I was up until like 2 a.m. going through all the hardpoints, all the S&Ds, all the controls when the game came out, so we could map out all the hill rotations, where the bomb sites are, where the control points are on every single map, and I was honestly pleasantly surprised how these maps played. So as you can see right here, this is from GG Breaking Point, hardpoint areas and rotations. Let's look through some of them. I'm intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section below, because people were discussing exactly what these maps look like. I'm sure some of them won't be competitive anyway. Like, you know, frankly, I doubt Armada Strike is going to be a competitive map. Who really knows, though? I guess it's kind of symmetrical, and the USS Texas was a map back in the day as well. So you guys will know, of course, that the Armada map was the massive like 2020, 20v20 during the beta and that. So they've just taken a smaller version of one of the boats and just made it into a map. But I honestly think they've had some pretty good success doing this with some of the other maps as well. And I'm pleasantly surprised at how these maps look, given there's only 8. 8 isn't great. I believe on something like December the 10th, when the season launches, there's going to be 2 more maps in the game. So hopefully that will step things up to some degree. But I'm pleasantly surprised to see how some of these strike maps work, because people were saying, okay, like, oh, the 12v12 maps is going to be awful. I was just expecting us to be playing on Arklov Peak and Grasner Raid and these type of maps again. But they've done a good job kind of shrinking them down. This first hill on Armada is kind of messy because it goes even into the water. And then you can see Cartel as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, the rotations, I guess they kind of make sense on this one. Somewhat messy though. And a lot of these maps follow a relatively similar style in the sense that there is like some kind of like 3-lane-ish to the design. But a lot lot of it is actually just like an open middle section, and you'll see this as kind of a repeating theme. So Cartel I didn't think was too bad. I'm very intrigued to hear your thoughts in the comment section about how you found these maps so far. Are they too big? Are they too small? Are they too narrow? Are they going to play well for competitive play? Because it's not ideal in my opinion, and hopefully the 2 maps that we get in December, at least 1 or 2 of those are going to be good for competitive as well, because these are somewhat questionable, but I think we can make it work. And it seems like Treyarch's competitive support is at an all-time high right now, and we're going to talk about League play effectively being confirmed in a couple of minutes here as well. So this is Checkmate, one of the new maps. This is the one with the plane in the middle. To me, it's kind of like Kill House from CoD 4. That map you guys might remember. It's also kind of crossed with Terminal, given there's a plane right in the middle of the map. And well, Hill 1 is in the middle of the plane, then Hill 2 goes over here. Hill 3 is underneath it. I don't really think this is going to play very well for Hardpoint, especially because the map is just so small. The rotation from 3 to 4 is just non-existent. I'm not even sure where the spawns would even possibly be anchored on this hill. But I think it can possibly have its place for Search and Destroy. Again, a somewhat thin map with not really clear lane dynamics, just kind of a massive plane chucked in the middle of it. Garrison, though, is one I'm actually more confident about. This is Crossroads, which is, as you can see, just a smaller snippet of the larger map. This, again, might work decently for Search and Destroy. I think Hardpoint could be a bit weird. I mean, just the way the map is laid out doesn't make it very clear how the spawns are going to be sitting and what the anchor spots are going to potentially be. So maybe not enough complexity here to make this a decent Hardpoint map, but who really knows? And so, well, we're still going to have to learn over time. This is one of the other new maps then in Garrison. So this is one I'm actually quite confident in. Just running around this map felt like a competitive map. At the same time, it's kind of long. I don't really know why they went for this shape and this kind of dynamic right here. But yeah, all the hills are honestly a decent rotation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seems to somewhat make sense. But I almost feel like there should be another path somehow around here, because pushing through from 2 to 3 is going to be a nightmare, right? Because you can't flank around. You just have to run right through the middle of the map effectively to get to hill 3. So I don't know. It's kind of a strange layout. I feel like there should be an extra lane here somewhere. But you know, just running around the map felt like it could be a competitive map to me. And I think that a lot of these I was looking at from a Search and Destroy perspective and thinking these can be kind of promising. This is Miami, of course. If you guys, well, I'm sure you played this at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Honestly, hill 3 is so massive over by this catamaran. But yeah, this is kind of what's going on right now. Moscow, of course, you guys will have played. The rotations on Moscow make perfect sense to me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice circular design. This is like this is the number one for me right now in terms of confidence that it's going to be good for competitive play. So as you can see, only 8 maps. It's not great by any means. We get 2 more coming. But as I say, I've been pleasantly surprised, I think, by Checkmate and Garrison. At least their potential for, well, Search and Destroy and possibly Hardpoint and Garrison and Control, I think, can also make a fair degree of sense. And also the strike maps I don't think are too bad. I think a lot of the pros are saying similar things. Now, as Treyarch come out with a couple of days ago, get up to speed on what's new and improved since the beta. So a lot of things have changed. Key really being the movement tuning for the competitive side. And as Slasher says, Treyarch cares way more and it shows. And you get a pretty entertaining tweet here from Patty Eggs. So a few days ago, of course, he came out with this. We talked about his PowerPoint slide at the time. You know, the sliding cooldown. Sliding is fine if it's just used for disengaging and maneuvering, but not actually for finessing and winning gunfights. Now, they decided to take Patty P's advice straight to the core and effectively have done what he requested. So as you can see here, sliding shortened slide length, reduced slide speed. Sliding is intended as an escape mechanic or a quick entrance into crouch or cover, not intended to be overused during engagements, or it can be too advantageous in close quarters. We've shortened the length and reduced the speed to address these goals. And also, ending a sprint is to fire is now faster than sliding to fire. So like apparently before, if you were just running around and you were in mid sprint, if you slid and then went to shoot, that was actually quicker than just coming out of a sprint normally like you would expect, and also increasing speed for all mantles. This is a great thing. To me right now, the slide basically feels like the Ghost slide when it was used, well, as they described, to escape or to enter something, but not actually to be running around and doing constantly, which I think was kind of taking things too far. So I think they've certainly made a step in the right direction. I enjoy the game as it plays right now. I mean, as I say, I only played it for a couple of hours last night, running around the maps, taking pictures of where all the hardpoints were and this type of stuff. But yeah, certainly interesting to see. We also got aim assist tuning, so adjusted a number of aim assist parameters. It felt like in the beta, like the aim assist was super strong, so maybe they're thinking about toning it down somewhat. And ADS as well, some ADS transitions and this type of stuff was also changed. So I want to see moves in the right direction here. I think that Treyarch is certainly listening to the competitive community. I know that there's a lot of discussions happening constantly, every single day between the pros and the developers to get this stuff right and make sure Black Ops Cold War can be the best competitive game it possibly can be. I'm satisfied with pretty much everything. The only doubt for me is, of course, somewhat the maps, right? And yes, there's only 8. Hopefully the next 2 are decent. decent. I'm not sure they're perfect for competitive play by any means, but we're going to get by. We're going to get the job done. The colors at least are nice as a positive side, and I'm certainly intrigued to hear your thoughts in the conversation below on what you think about the maps. Are you more optimistic or more pessimistic than I am? And as Ake says, sprint out time is king again. Thank God we're actually playing CoD again. So Slasher and Ake certainly very happy with the developments as they are unfolding right now. Also, this from the Ghost of Modern Warfare 2, you can see this achievement right here, one-shot kill. Get 50 one-shot, one-kill medals with sniper rifles in core public match or league play. So effectively confirming league play is coming at some point. We don't know when, but it's going to happen, which is, at the very least, a positive thing. Also, just to finish off the video on a slightly different note, there's been discussions about the potential of cheaters, right? And where the anti-cheat, I suppose, is going to be in the game from Activision sides for Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Game Battle's released a kind of thing that what they're going to do to prevent people cheating, zero tolerance, reporting and investigating transparency, live stream requirements if you're on PC to make sure you're not cheating, right? And I'm hoping that they get alongside this some sort of Activision Blizzard support in countering cheaters. But certainly a discussion we had a while ago that unfortunately is going to rear its head once again here for Black Ops Cold War. But what can you really do? We can only hope that Activision definitely crack down on this type of stuff so it's not a recurring issue that we have to talk about a lot on this channel from the amateur, but also maybe the professional side, as frustrating as that would be. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, I'd greatly appreciate a like on the video. It really helps out the YouTube algorithm know you enjoyed this content. Other people like you may enjoy this content as well and help grow the competitive Call of Duty community. Thank you for watching as always. Take care, enjoy Black Ops Cold War, and I will see you next time.